Hey everybody, it's Vegereness. Good afternoon. And it's time for some rapid. So 2155. And let's see who we play against. We're playing against a 2146. They're playing E4 and we're black. So I think we're going to go with French. D5. They're going knight BD2, so if I remember correctly, we go C5. And then knight F3, we go knight F6. Knight FD7. Knight C6. I think I'm going to go queen B6 and then take with the pawn, if I remember. Of course, they're going to castle right away because they don't want to see bishop A6. There's a lot of ways I can play this. I'm tempted to play A5. I'm also tempted to play bishop E7 just to prevent knight G5 right away. Because if they go knight G5, bishop E7, knight F6, or knight queen H5. No, I'm gonna go I'll go A5. Okay, and now I'll go bishop E7. And I don't know if I really castle in this position. Like, I don't have to castle. Okay, so I have a lot of options. I could take with the knight. I could take with the bishop. I think taking with the knight is okay. Or I could take with the bishop. And then I have a very simple bishop A6 threat. So if I go bishop C5, they do have knight G5. I go bishop A6, they have queen F3. I can just castle. Queen H5, pawn H6. There's no immediate attacks right away. If I take with the bishop, they could also just play C4. Or if I play bishop A6, they could just C4 and temporarily block that. Okay, I think I'm just going to take with the knight then. Just target D3. Little slightly less time, but I really need to brush up on this line. I don't know it as well as all the other French lines. We also have some kind of pressure on B3 in theory. Maybe we could play rook B8 later. I really want to play bishop A6 and then maybe rook B8. Do they have any B4 moves? No, they don't have B4 because B4 takes, rook here. Sorry. B4 takes, queen here. Yeah, so that I figure was the response. I can play bishop A6 for sure. But then maybe we do this, right? Maybe we have some sort of like simple tactic. So knight to D3, rook E3. Bishop G5, rook G3, bishop F4. Takes here. I feel like we have something. If I go here, and C5, they have knight B5. Blocking temporarily. I do win a pawn, but I don't feel like it's as much as I could get. Knight D3 is very tempting. Okay, let's try it out. Worst case scenario, I can just take this, but... Like, I can always take the bishop on c1, which is probably useful in this position. It's their good bishop, but... Actually, no, maybe it's their bad bishop, because they have a pawn here. Let's see what happens. Rook e3 is definitely the idea. I do have bishop g5. I feel like there's something here, though, right? Because rook here, bishop here, over here, if we're here, if they take here, maybe king f8, and this rook might be trapped all of a sudden. No, they still have rook g4. They have queen g4. Oh, I see it now. So bishop g5, rook to g3, bishop takes, or bishop f4, rook g7, bishop takes e5, rook g5, h6, and then I've opened a rook. I opened up space for my g rook to attack. So I have to make sure there's no blunder tactics. So they have some knight e6 moves, right? Because they can like strike like this. But I also could just take the rook right away. And even though I lose an e pawn, I can get the rook away. And I still have check. All right, so let's go bishop g5. And then bishop f4. There's also knight takes here, but then they're probably going to take with the rook, right? They're not going to take with the queen and subject the knight to be pinned by the bishop. I also have bishop here, and if the rook goes back instead, we can just take the knight, take back, then get the queen out, and then now we have queen threats on f2. So that is the idea, and this bishop is super powerful right now. So I think we have something. Okay. We take. So we're not losing a piece because we could just exchange here, right? Okay, let's just take. I'm guessing we take the bishop. Do a reason not to? I don't see the reason. Okay, do I take this b pawn right now? Rook here, queen here, knight takes here. It kind of looks scary for me. So why don't I just castle first? And now I can start figuring out how to get my rooks in the game. c5 is very tempting, but knight b5 is too strong. Okay, so that makes sense. They're defending here. They also have this f4 type stuff. I can also just play f3. I gotta play a little bit fast though, because one of their win conditions is to beat me on time. So I think maybe I just go rook here and then play f6 and just try and take this pawn. And just do the f6 move. They know this too. Push here. This will take. This will go here for sure. Push here. All right, I'm a little bit unsure how to get out of this. c5, knight b5, c4, and then get my rook out. But they have knight d6 the entire time. So, okay, if I play queen here, they can move the queen here. So maybe rook e8 was really bad. Okay, let's just go here. try and move this queen up and then play f6. I'm so low on time. Like, this is significant, where I can be pressured to making a really bad move. I think queen a6 is really good here. Because if they take, I can't play this because of knight e7 any day. But let's see if they find it. If they play knight queen a6, I have to play rook c8. And then, I don't know, I have to figure something out. But I am better. Okay, so now, do I just play queen here? Or do I just push the pawn? Knight takes. What's the best move here? Push the pawn, knight b5. Oh man, this is getting kind of annoying. I could just play f5. Okay, I like f5 a little bit more. Shuts down this idea. And if they en passant, I play rook takes f6, and then I can breathe a little bit better. Okay, so now they're setting up some like g4 shenanigans. I think I can push here now, right? Because after knight b5, I take here. Yeah, this might be a blunder. I think this is a blunder. Because this pawn is really good to take. Okay. Now we're winning, for sure. And we just got to figure out how to punish. Because we're not getting checkmated by rook queen. The knight's the only problem, but at least I keep my queen on e5. They just might play rook e3. Yeah, that does make sense. I should just keep my queen close. How close do I want to do it? Do I want to push the pawn? Get really greedy? Okay, we're just going to go here, and then maybe we can f4. Maybe play rook d8 first and then push. I am significantly low on time. Not too low. Okay. We'll do that. And if they go here, we do this. Slow and steady. Gotta play this slow and steady. Not too slow, though. But I think this is enough. I can blitz this. And then d4 is a real push. That doesn't look good. Can't I just play... Yeah, I can f4 right away. And now I can play e5. And then e4. Because now they don't have access to rook h3, which was the whole reason why I kept the rook here. Okay. Let's try and exchange queens. Okay. Put the queen on f5. Then double stack the rooks. Maybe they're going knight c2. Yeah, I don't see it. I think they're forced to take no matter what. Oh yeah, this was a Tarrasch. That's what I remember. Knight bd2 is Tarrasch, French. No, I'm just going to push the pawn. And then I'm just going to march this pawn down. This is completely over now. I am not worried in the slightest. They will go rook d3 to slow this. But now I can start stacking my rooks on... Oh, they do have a queen c4. I missed that. Okay, they missed it. So, how do I do this? I go queen here. And then I just double stack one of the rooks. Maybe this one. Maybe I threaten this now. And now I have this too. They have rook d1. Go here. No, I'll just retreat. There's no way stopping the knight now, so this is over. Unless I completely miss something. Alright. Good game for me. I think I played that really well. I can't really say no to that. The question is, how well did I play? Well, let's take a look at the analysis. And, ooh, okay. At an 89.1% rapid game. Oh, I blundered! Oh, crap. Let's find out what blunder did I make. Okay, so Trush, all book moves. Queen b6 is the best move. Taking the pawn was the best move. a5 was the best move. And I could have just taken... Oh, this was significantly better. Okay, why? Oh, wow. Wait, so hold on. If they take here, I have bishop a6, right? Oh, bishop b4 is better? Faster development, queenside castling, and pressure on knight d2. Okay, good to know. I didn't actually know about this was the best move. So let me memorize this. So I put the queen to there, I put the bishop, rook on a5, and then take the pawn. I think I remember a lot of like bullet games where I'd take this pawn and then go for c5 because they can't put a knight on b5 anytime soon. But let's just curious, how does that, is that better? Oh, so it's still an excellent move, just bishop b4 seems to be, yeah, a little bit more potent is the word. Okay, took with the knight was the best move. Bishop a6 was the best move. Knight d3 was the... Okay, so yeah, I had a feeling from this like I was gaining some advantage here. So c5 is better. So if I go c5, let's say they go here, and then I just take, right? So simple is best. So I did foresee the... Oh, it's not supposed to take the pawn. I'm supposed to just lock this up. Oh, wow. Oh my god, this is so good. Pawn, light squares, dark bishop. This is so good. I didn't even think about that. So, knight d3. Okay, so I saw that, but I didn't... And I looked at this, but I saw this, 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 and I saw this. But I didn't think about... Okay, so I don't actually have to take this pawn. So this is actually a cool little moment where you don't really have to take the pawn or the free piece or pawn in front of you. Yeah, because if I take it, like playing c4 just shuts down everything here. And then if I go like c4 and they put pressure, I could just take back, right? Oh no, I don't even take back. I just forget about the pawn and just put even more pressure. That's right, because the f2 square is already weakened by the knight and the queen indirectly attacking the rook and aiming at the f2 square, and then the bishop on c5 takes... Oh. See, this is why reviewing games and like going through these sidelines and trying to like internalize it and understand it really helps out. So there was an issue, so not really an issue, but I missed out on calculating this idea, because I saw this move, but I didn't think about the whole board and what I could have done to improve it, and then c4 is just so much stronger. Yeah, like if I had this position in front of me right now, I would have found this right away. But in your head, when you're in mid calculating, that's when you need to find that move, or else you're not going to necessarily get to this position, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is a very good learning game of calculating. Okay, so I really like bishop f4. That was really good. They took. Is that the best move? Yeah, so if they took here, which I was predicting, they take here, and then maybe they have some queen stuff. Because if they do this, what do I have? Do I have just f6? Oh, it just says take it. Yeah, okay, so I remember in the video I did say take this. Because now my queen is active, we're completely focusing on here, this bishop is godly, this rook could be used here, the king's not too in danger at all, just because this bishop on c1 is not occupying any of the dark squares around it yet. So, okay, so my calculating was pretty good here. So we took this, went here, took this, went here, took the bishop, which was significant. Wow, it said take the pawn? I don't know, man. This looks so scary. What if you go here? And then they go here. And then you go here. And then, what, just castle? Okay, so apparently... Okay, so I understand why this is probably okay for black. Because, yes, I'm giving up pawns. I'm fearful of giving up pawns. But in exchange, I have now some open lanes where I could just use my rooks and start controlling. So I'm not too in danger at all. Okay. So my idea was just to minimize my opponent's like a way of trying to break in. But if you noticed later on, I had trouble trying to figure out how to get my pieces active. So that was a problem. Okay, b3 was great. I didn't c5 because I just didn't want to have a knight to deal with. So I went rook ad. Okay, so that rook was not the worst move. And then queen c7 was good. I didn't want to play... Okay, so it says to play f6 right away. So take, and then... Oh, that's right. My rook's defending the pawn. I'm so silly. For some odd reason, I thought that this pawn was going to be taken, but the rook is defending it. Okay, so I think I visually miscalculated something, because I was like slightly panicking here without realizing it. Queen c7 here. f5 was the blunder. Because... And then they made this huge mistake. So... Oh, because they go here, and now they're attacking... These are all very weak squares. Oh, because if I go c5, they go knight e6, and the queen's covering it. Ah. But it wasn't... It's still like slightly better, but I thought this was a good move to shut down this. I missed this idea entirely. And I think that was because of a little bit of time pressure. I missed queen a6. In a longer game, I would have calculated this and then thought about more moves. I don't know if I would have found c5, because I'm still a little bit worried about this, but hey, maybe I don't have to worry about it too much, because I go here, they go here, I just go here, they go here, and I don't know. It's kind of messy. I don't want to deal with knight d6, even though it's statistically better. Or arguably better. Okay, so yeah, now I see 5 because this was I knew this was a mistake because we can take the e-pawn. And now... Okay, so I did think about this move, but I think I wanted my queen closer, just to the pawn chain. I was okay, but I knew from this point on I was going to win 100%. Because all the moves here are very natural. Okay, so the queen trading was a good idea. Yeah, and I'm just preparing myself. Yeah, and then, if you have a chance to just storm with the pawns, storm with the pawns. Yeah, this was all pretty self-explanatory. So I learned this from like a couple of like Grandmaster games. When you put pressure on one side and they can't come back on the other side, just switch to pressure, attack this area where it's much more weak. The queen can't support any of the dark squares. And, find a rook c1 pin. That was pretty easy. And then I just played this just to make sure. All right, very educational game on how to calculate sidelines. But yeah, I played well. I can't say anything bad. I'm at 2163. Let's go for at least 2200 by the end of May. Hopefully that happens. I really do. But thank you all for watching. I really appreciate everyone taking the time to watch my videos. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm almost at 900 subscribers. I did the last check today, and I think I gained 166 subscribers in 30 days. All just by posting rapid blitz videos and other smaller, like deep analysis videos. So again, thank you so much, everyone, for doing this. Please comment if you like, what you don't like, all that stuff. I comment on like 90% of the comments, so you see me comment all the time, trying to get involved as much as possible. And again, I'm doing this long term. This is not something I'm stopping. This is my business. I don't know. Maybe I should do a video of what I do in chess, like a chess coach, all that stuff, Q&A, how much I make, how I teach lessons, all that stuff. I think I will do that. I think when I get monetized, I want to do something like that, like have a full video of what I do with chess. But yeah, this is part of my chess. This is my business. So business, you don't stop. You just keep doing it. But you do it because you love it too. So I love doing this. I love getting my butt kicked and also kicking butt too. So yeah, goal is trying to get 2400, and we're gonna keep doing this until it happens. So thank you everyone for your support, and yeah, share, like, tell someone, don't tell someone. It's okay with me. All right, I'll see you later.